Okay, so today I would like to start with, again, a status update. I noticed some issues when I was checking the printer early today. And one thing that I saw is that when I was moving this all the way down, it was actually not moving down. It was like stopping over here. So I was checking what was the issue. I saw that I put like the belts wrong or something like that. But at the end, what I realized is that the key back here, installed on the back here, this thing, right? Uh, this cable just go so long, right? So this is the limit that it goes. And if you try to, and this is where I had this is how long it goes up to here. So during the installation was apparently fine, and this part here was actually installed over here, right, on the top here, in this part here. So these little the rollers for it was installed over here on the top. And then what I had to do is move it down a little bit so it would complete the process, right? So in that regard, if you are going to install the rails up to here, right, the 450 rails or something like that, then you will probably need to move this part here up in some way, because this you need to move up, but as the cord here is not long enough to go all the way to the bottom, so you will need a way to raise this up. So what I would do is probably just get the CAD design for this, change the side of the little tab here that holds in this place, and then mount it on this side here of the extruder, right? Or maybe do a little bit more change and mount it over here so it keeps in the same, around the same place. But I would prefer here, because then you don't need to worry about like heating this part and anything like that, right? So this is one update and one thing that will need to be taken care of if you plan to use the entire rail for the Z motion. The other thing that I also noticed is that when I was checking my like the belts again, and when I look at the belts here, they were actually not parallel. So there, when I was all the way down there, this side here, it was parallel as it should be. And then when I moved this all the way up, this was actually going closer like this. And it was like skewing up and become like hitting this part here, right? And that's not, of course, desirable. So what first I thought that this gantry, like this extrusion, was mounted wrong or something. It was like skewed or like twisted, and then I thought that bottom here was not mounted correctly. I checked everything. I aligned it over here again because I had like released this, and then I put it flush again. And after I finished everything that I could do to fix this up, the X I can't change because I would need to change this plastic part here because it's how it's attached, right? So finally I realized that the issue was this part here, because according to this should be like a 30 instead of a 20, right? In the switch wire, I think this is a extrusion that is 30 in size, so it would align correctly because it would be more like outside, right? These would be at the same position, so these wouldn't probably be flying like this. These would probably be like closer to the gantry. So I had two options: redesign this part here and this part here, would probably be a little bit more complicated and more prone to error, or just like increase the size of these a little bit. So I increased the size of these like 4 millimeters, and then I don't know if you guys remember, but these I had put like 2 like washers here to, because the screw was hitching all the way to the I mean, I should have realized it back then, but then after I did this, as you can see, it's parallel all the way to the bottom. And the other thing I did was this motor here. So it was like the shaft here, the pulley. I had to move it all the way to the front as well. So it's basically flush with the motor here. It's still running fine, but it's practically flush. And move this motor a little bit here, because other than that I would need to probably increase the size of these even more, but I realize I prefer to do this way. So this is basic flush, and like now it's everything parallel. And if you look at the other side, it was doing the opposite, right? So when I was checking this side here, this was kind of okay, but it, like in here it was kind of okay, but when I came here it was actually opening like this, right? So I checked it here, I adjusted the after I did the changes, when I realized the problem what it was, I moved this to the front a little bit, and then I finish it. So if you are going to build this in the future, just I will put the correct this piece here, the correct one, so you don't need to worry about this too much. But then the measurement for this pulley, you need to adjust at the end, at the final of everything. So I had to remove the belts and then pull them again and all that. So that's something. And after that, everything is moving fine. No issue here. It's apparently pretty okay. Same for here. So the motion, it's apparently all fine now. Another thing that I did was my screws came, so I've switch it back to the correct screws here. I had the Phillips screws, so I did that. And I also changed this back part. I put the same that I use in my Voron. This is like a PJ7 connector or something. I think it's, yeah, PG7. So it's a connector like this. So on this side here, what I did is, this does not fit this correctly. It was not made for this, but as I wanted to do some string relief here in this part here, I just cut this part here, just cut it up and then put it here. This is a pressure fit, so it will fit really well. And then I get my string relief here, and then this stays here. Another thing is that when I'm going to mount the ABB, so I will probably need to replace these screws for the correct ones, because you have a mount here, and that I can do later when I'm going to install the ABB, so no issue there. And the ABB, there is a mount that you can use to make it because it's going to be sitting pointing in this direction, right? The top, it's this direction, so it stays like this. But I didn't want to use the mount because it will increase the size a little bit, and I'm already afraid that my cables are not long enough to connect everything correctly. So I will try to not have to extend those cables, because that would be a pain. So this is how it is right now, and it's pretty okay. It looks like exactly the same one. It was a remodel and things like that. So I just did this off cam, doing this so far. And then there is one thing that I'm still trying to come by how I'm going to do. But where's the part that I printed? Oh, it's here. So another thing that I'm think of, like I said, I want to do like an umbilical. The project will demand for like a chain that, like a cable chain that runs through here, and then it goes here, they go down and all that. I'm thinking of doing something a little bit different. So what I will do is, as you saw, the cable will be around here. So it will be mounted here, right? Like this. So the cable will be coming from here. And what I'm planning to do is actually, I designed this part here, and I will place it like on the top of the printer, like here, right? And then let me put the camera back to the mount. So this part here will come, no, not this part. This part stays in place. This part here. So now this, I put the whole size. So this connects here, like this. And then you come with the full thing here that I forgot the name, and put it like here. So basically it will be either like this on the top here, right? Or the other way around. Again, or the other way around, like mounted on this way, and then like this, right? So it will be, the cable will come from here up to here. I think it will move less and will provide like less resistance as well. And I probably can either mount the PTFE tube in the same place. I think I can pass both inside of here. If not, there is also a little piece that I want to, that I have in my forum that stays here and it moves like that. So they will be like it together, the PTFE tube and the cable, so they will hold each other in place. And then I will just put the cables inside of here and then route them through the size to the channel here all the way to the bottom and come here. And then I use these things here to hide the cables. They stay like this and you hide the cables inside. These are printable covers for these extrusions. And I will probably need to do like one cover for the top and one cover for the bottom here, so I can hide them in these small pieces like this, right? So that way I don't have any cable actually moving around up and down, like if the cable will just be the umbilical here. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm still like not exactly sure if that's how I'm going to do, but that's probably how I'm planning to do right now. So this cable, it does not move, so it will come inside of here without any issue, will be hidden, and in the same way I will get probably put the cover here so it stays hidden and all that, but the bed will be here, so it won't be big issue to show a little bit of cable as well. And well, so that is that. So what I plan to do today is actually work a little bit with the software part. So for this printer, I bought a Manta with a CB1. and I plan to use, like I said, a CAN communication. So the Manta is here. I never configured the ABB in like CAN for the Manta. I did for my Octopus that I use in my Vorum. So this is the Manta. It has like a 5 drivers. This is an MP5, but I'm actually only going to need 3 because it's like 5, but you can connect 6 because 2 is shared. Like when we have like dual Z drives that you connect both at the same and all that. But so it's like 6 drivers, and I'm already connected the CB1 because I was testing the other day with a SD card here. The SD card is not here anymore, but I was testing with SD card. But I actually want to use the memory that's inside of it for the software. So that's what I'm going to try to configure today. I never did. So that's something that I will do, or at least try to do today. If I can't do on camera, I will research a little bit more because I wanted to use the CB1 to control, but actually I bought the CB1 because I wanted to test it, but I actually didn't want it to use it because I have like a Surface 3 that I run my machine, my Vorum from it, and the way I was doing with the CR10 before was just using the same machine to run both printers, and it's more than capable. But the MP5 requires the CB1 or any other Pi model. I can't access it directly, so yeah, there's that. I had to put it there. So this is the EBB that I'm going to be using. So basically what you do in this part here, you mount it here, and then all your cables are going to be connected to this like a board here, right? And then your like probe and the heater for the extruder, like the probes and everything. There is actually a wiring diagram somewhere here in my bedroom. Yeah, it's here. So this is the wiring diagram that I'm going to be following. This I got from the Big3 site itself. So here it's where you connect like the end stop or the probe, right? Like the probe, it's down here. So you need to change the cable for that probe to put the correct place here. One thing that I don't know is that I actually use the probe as the end stop, right? In a CR10, we don't have an end stop for the Z, so either we need to put one, but again, this can also be used by the this actually it's for the X end stop, and this is another thing that I'm thinking of. Instead of using an end stop, I'm probably using like a sensorless for the X at least. For the Y, I don't think I need. It's okay the way it is. And also the 2 fans we connect here, the hot end and the thermistor over here. And this I2C, I don't know what is to connect here. I don't remember. Oh, this is the RGB. Sorry, the IDC is here. So the RGB for the lights are here. So everything that we need for the stealth burner, it's here. And this also has already a step driver. That's why we only need 3 ports in the M5P. Actually, I could have used M4P, but at the time I didn't, like, I wasn't going to use this CAN for that. So that's why I wanted the M5P, because the CR10 has in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motors, right? Like if you count the extruder. That's why I got the M5P. So this is how I'm going to do. So first for the Manta, I'm going to start by that. So I will need an USB-C cable. I should have one lying around. I have one here, but it's too short. I should have a long one here somewhere. Apparently I don't. Okay, I have one here. My charger. So let's use this. So I will open the Manta. Let me open the Manta manual because I didn't download it yet. Big Tech 3 Manta M5P GitHub. One thing that I also saw is that the MantaM5P does not have a lot of documentation. The documentation is basically for the M4P, and they are a little bit different, but it should be okay. It should be similar at least. Oh, now they have a IM5P here. Let me see. Oh yeah, they have an M5P. Oh, nice. So the manual, let's download it. So let me share my screen. So product profile and everything. So yeah, this is actually quite old. I don't know why I didn't see this before. So this is the pinout, the dimensions for everything. They also have like the ports and pinout and everything. And as we are using CAN, we will not need a lot of pins here. Let me take out the, yeah, so I won't need like a lot of pins here because actually, for example, the thermistors are connected by the CAN, the heaters are connected at the CAN, and like I said, I only need like three drivers, so I'm going to use M1, M2, M3, and I probably need to connect the bed here somewhere. Where is the bed? Heater on. I think it's one of these two that it's the bed. The heater 0, heater 1. I think you use one for the bed and one for the extruder, if I remember correctly. Oh no, heater bed here. This is the heater bed, so the DC in and the heater bed. Yeah, and this is for the high voltage. Well, here it's easier to see. So heater bed here, you see where's the positive, the negative, same thing here. And okay, so that's how things are. So step driver connection. Well, I already did that, but we don't need to do that, right? I'm going to use UART in everything, and the motors are like a 25 volt motors, right? So regular motors. Oh, I forgot to show the Stop view. So here I connected the pins here to use UART mode, and there is like I'm using a 2209 driver, so it's like this. It's like this that I need to put. So it's the way I put here. It's like that. It's always hard to see, but yeah, it's here, the blow connector here. And TMC driver diag. This is something that I will need to use. So I will probably need to use this one here. This one here. It's the one that I'm probably going to use because I think this one will be the X drive. I still need to route everything, but whatever it's the X drive, I will need to put the diag pin here. So it's this, or this here. So I will need to check later. And the board comes with a lot of jumpers and things to use there. So I should have everything here for this. They have these also with the connectors to put here that you need to crimp and everything. The kit, it's pretty good. So driver voltage, high voltage is if you are using this port here, because you can use like 48 volts or up to 60, I think. But in my case, I'm using the regular input port here, the DC port. So I put on the other side the VBB connector. Now install the board. Yeah, the connection, it's here, so the same direction, that's there, it's everything okay. Voltage select for the CNC fan. Yeah, this will be 24 volts all the way. I will need to check, I think this here, right? Yeah, so 24 it's here and here. Let me put them already. Yeah, let me put. I was using blue to see them easily. I don't know where the blues are. Oh, they may be in the screw box. Let me see. No, they're not. Thought that they would be in the screw box, but they are not. So they're lost for now. I will find them eventually. Okay, we use the regular black ones. So let me grab some jumpers here. So I'm going to use 24 volts for now. So I'm putting them on 24 anyways. Like I have some Noctua fans that I may need to put 12. But I don't know if I trust this enough. Okay, so it's there. The fan jumpers are in place as well. Okay, we are using 100K, I think. BL touch again. I'm not putting any probe now. It's going to be. I'm not using any display, and the RGB will also be. I may do like a little RGB to illuminate something because I have one extra. But yeah, sensor wiring. This is one piece that we have that I may use as well. It's pretty simple. The Creality one is just like a deep switch as well, like a. Okay, this is the pinout for. This is for a webcam, proximity switch, pull up. Okay, don't know what's this, but I'm not going to use it anyway, so CM4, this is for the CM4. I'm not using a CM4, I'm using the CBB1, system setting, CB1 usage. Okay, so basically you need to download the image provided by them. So let's go there. What's this? Okay. I don't want to do that. I want to open a new tab. So, okay, they have a couple of images here. Clipper minimal. Okay, I'm going to install the minimal because I actually want to install Clipper myself. I think it's actually easier that way. So this is the image. Let's go back. Okay, download the Raspberry Pi imager. I should have this installed already. Raspberry Pi. No. It's funny. I should have this installed on there already. So download the imager. Let's install. Run it. Okay. So back to the manual. Okay, this is right an OS. Let me see if we have the. Oh, it's not here. It's funny because there is a dip switch here. The idea is I don't want to install this in the SD card, right? I want to install this directly on the board because there is like a eMMC memory in this CB1. So the way it works is that first you put the, you put this jumper here. So in the VUSB here, there's a jumper here. You put it here so you can power this through USB. And then there is a dip switch here that you move to the front. And then this will show in your system, or supposedly will show in your system as an USB driver. That way you can install directly there. Let me see if it's going to work. But I think there is something that we need to install. That's why I'm thinking it's funny. There is like a Pi something that you need to install. See, let me check the. That's why I say that I. Ah, okay, it's in the CM4. AirPi boot. Okay, let me disconnect the board for now. If this does not work, I will do the SD card thing and then try to figure out this later. Because if you are using a CM4, which is a Raspberry Pi card, right? You actually switch these deep switches here. But at least from what I saw, I don't remember which documentation I saw that had these. You actually change these here in the for the Manta when you are using a CB1. And this CB1 supposedly has eMMC memory there. I think it's like a 32 giga or something like that. Let's see if it's going to work. It's trying to install. The installing driver part, it's failing for now. Do I need to have the board in place? I don't think so. Oh, it's finished. Next. So okay, my microphone just got interference. So now the green light it's turning on. Did it recognize? I don't think it did. Let me see here. Choose storage. Something is not working the way it should. So the storage didn't find anything. Yeah, the storage is not showing. Let me see. Turn it off. Let me check here real quick. MantaM5P EBB36 configuration. Okay, so apparently I still need to change those. Where is that? I need to be able to see which one it is. So USB boot. Okay, just a sec, there's some debris here. Let me just do a little cleanup so I don't short anything. Should have to turn it off the microphone. So let's go back there. Let me see if, check if I can see whatever it's written in this place here. So the USB boot is the one in here. USB OTG and RPi boot. So these two. It says to download this Sunshifel. Windows. Let me see if it's going to recognize now. Is that the local disk? No. No, so let's see. Here. Okay. Let's see one thing. So anywhere that image came from. Let me close whatever. Where do I download this? Status, tools repository, utility. Okay, so let's close a little bit. So I want the in the CB1 repository, right? Of course. Okay. So some file.exe. Keep anyway. in the CB1 driver. Push the dip switch on, enter boot mode. Okay, so let's install the Zoom. Is it not running? Oh, is the command line in the download? Okay. I think that's the switch that I mentioned, that this one here. Zajig download. Yes. Okay. Options. List all devices. Select the USB device to install. What's the USB device? WinSock. I don't have that here. Okay, let me see the devices to see if it's something recognized. Oh, we don't see anything. Okay, I will remove from this. Let me put in the laptop itself. So it's not finding. Oh, apparently this one here. Driver, USB, USB ID. Which one it is? Not this one. Should be 1F3F. Weird. There's nothing here with that ID. One F. So it's not finding it. So I put the zip switch in the position. This was in the other side. Let me see if it's this. See anything appearing there? Push the dip switch USB OTG and RPi boot to on. So they're both on the on side. Showing the fuel. Okay, now the pi adapter. Weird. Should be this one here. USB. Have a Bluetooth. Not even seeing anything here. Yeah, I'm not even seeing anything here. Oh well, let's install in the SD card. Let me grab an SD card here. Should have one here. Now I lost my SD cards. They're not here. Are they here? They're not here. Where's the other? Okay, found one. So let's put it there. Put everything back to the way they were. Okay. So now choose. Yeah. So basically, what you do here, when you are selecting, instead of selecting the Raspberry Pi, you actually select the use custom, select the image that you want to flash. So it's in downloads. Then you select the USB device that you want. I'm going to try to set this up, but I don't think that it's going to set this up. So this will be the CR10SPro. Enable. Let me put a password here. Okay. Yeah, the wireless LAN, there is no point. I don't think there is any point of configuring this according to the manual, because it will actually, you need to configure the file. So it's weird. I need to check why this is not working. So it's writing. They say something about connecting to the 24 volts. So I will try later on, after I finish all the wiring, see if I can do like that. Because if it does, then I will publish the video with that part. So going back to the installation here, the installation manual. Choose OS. Oh, my display is wrong. Just a second. Oh, let me just fix this up real quick. It was not showing properly. Now it should show. Okay. So I think the Raspberry Pi finished it. Being written. Okay. So now a new device came. It's called boot. So it's here. Basically what you need to do, right. Let me see, go back to the manual, wait for the finish. Network cable, Wi-Fi name and password, whatever. Okay, so you can go to the file, system config, open with Notepad. So here I will configure you configure your Wi-Fi naming password here. I will do that, of course. Off camera. Save. Close it up. So go to system config, set your SSD. Okay, now basically we put in the MantaM. There they are saying 1 or 2 minutes. The last time it took like 5 minutes or so. My camera is frozen. I think my camera is frozen. What just happened? I think all these connect and disconnect froze my camera. Yeah, now it's back. I'm going to check here. Well, this board here, when it actually turn on, it will be like 2 signals, 2 green lights here instead of just 1. So, like I said, the other time it took quite a while to finish. Let me see here, my Wi-Fi router. This got the IP. Yeah, not yet. Last time I was about to put like an HDMI port because it was taking too long to start. And if this does not work, then I will stop the stream for now, try to figure out this, and then I come back again later. I don't have the Pi 4 adapter. So that may be one thing that, oh, now it's, you see, the green light here. There is this blinking light. Now I think it's working. Let me check again the IP. Yeah. So 57. Looping. Oh, I already have put body. So this CR10SPro. Save. Okay, where's the login for this? BQ. Okay, so it's working. I don't know if I can increase the change settings. Login, terminal keyboard, appearance, 10. We put an 18 here, should be. Okay. Should be easier to see. Oh, now it resized it. Okay. So let's continue. The SSD is connected. So what we need to do now. So we need to install Clipper here, right? So we have this server there. So actually what I like to use, it's this one. So this is the installation for Clipper. Okay, so let's now do the commands here. It is one thing that I want to check. Okay, so before doing this, actually, what I will do is I will create another user, because this BQ user will probably be, I will probably like remove it for security reasons and all that. So let me stop. Oh, let me see. It's using an installing Git, right? Yeah, so it does not matter which user runs this. Let me just wait for this to finish. This actually, I shouldn't be running. Okay, so sudo shut down. No. Okay, I'm just going to shut down it for now, because I'm going to change this. This is like powered by my laptop. I'm going to change this to be powered by a regular USB port. Okay, so this should be good enough for this. Let me see. Oh, if it was, I need to check this cable. Why this is not powering up? Sometimes these things just don't want to work. This power supply should be more than enough to run this. Oh no, it's not. Why it's not working? Okay, let me get another one. Okay, so that power supply, for some reason, not working correctly. Yeah, the second time it turns on, it's way faster. You see, it's already blinking. So let's open PuTTY again. Hopeful. Yeah, BQ. So what I want to do is sudo the user trip. Okay, let me put my password. I'm not sharing the desktop view again. Okay, no. Yes. Okay, so let me change the font again. Let me check here. Where is the preference? Appearance. Change to 18. Okay, open. Oh, I need to stop for now. I need to take this call. I will continue the stream later. So bye-bye.